Right, I'm here with Danny DeLaRosa, the Chief Development Officer of Greater Nevada Credit Union. It's June 1st, 2020. The last few months have been a period of unforeseen and really tumultuous change. And it's impacted your employees and it's impacted your customers. How's your philosophy changed in the face of this pandemic?
You're right when you say that it's been a really tumultuous time. There's a lot of challenges, and these challenges, as unforeseen as they were, they're coming at us so quickly. And for us, we've really taken a moment to reflect and to look inward first. One of the things that's important to us is that we truly believe in helping more people live greater. And the reason why that's so important to us is because we have members that we serve that have unique needs. And we know to make a difference for them, it's unique to their situation. And so as we went into this, this created entirely new challenges for the people that we serve. And so we haven't changed our philosophy, we've honed in on it even more. When someone comes in and they talk with us, the challenges are real and they're tough, and there's so much struggle that's happening. There's people that have been furloughed, or there's people that have lost jobs, and they're just trying to make it through. They're trying to understand what the opportunities are, what their options are, and so we've really taken that time to sit with them and to find out how we can help them live greater. One of the unique things about our philosophy is that it's not directly tied to a financial solution. We did that purposefully. And the reason why is because sometimes people don't need something financially. Sometimes they just need someone to be there for them. Sometimes they need somebody in the community that's helping them get access to a resource. And so as we've gone into this challenging time, what we've done is we've just really refounded ourselves on our passion, and we just continue to walk it out and live it out each and every day to help people live greater.
Yeah, and I know from experience that you actually do that. That it's not just a slogan for you guys. So
Yeah, an example of that is that, early on, what we saw is that we saw that people in certain industries were being laid off. They were being furloughed and those things. And so we put together an emergency loan program that our members and really anybody in the community could have access to. This just a simple way of being able to give back. And, it wasn't a profitability thing. It was just the right thing to do. There were people that were in need in our community, and we knew that if we could be there for them, that we could help keep our community healthy so that as we come out of this, we can rebound even greater.
So, what changes do you see making as they begin to come out of this and recover?
Going into this, a lot of businesses, they had that immediate impact of people going and working remote. I've been doing that quite a bit, and it's been a change, it's been a challenge. And as businesses are coming out of this, they're going to be asking themselves, do we bring people back, or do we continue to have people work remote? And while there's a lot of great opportunity in both of those, it has to be really well thought out. There's definitely some savings that you could have by having people work remote, but you don't want to sacrifice your culture. You don't want to sacrifice the things that make your organization successful. And at the same time, if people are working from home, you want to make sure that they have the tools and the resources to be successful. And so as businesses are navigating this, that's going to be a very big challenge that they're going to have to face, along with the financial impact. We've seen a lot of things that are going on where consumers are spending less. People are staying home more often, and those things are impacting businesses. And what you're seeing is that a lot of companies are asking themselves, okay, how do we protect liquidity? How do we make sure that we do things that can help us to continue to be here tomorrow and the day after and the day after? And what I would encourage businesses to do is to pause and to reflect. What are the things that we want to be intentional about? And there's a few things that you can do, and one of them is on the efficiency side. What are things that we've been doing that maybe we need to do differently? A lot of us didn't think working from home in this mass was going to be possible, but people are doing it. And so how do we make sure that, that we support in those areas? The other piece is that there's an opportunity here. As we talk with members and as we talk with people in our community, what we're finding is that the needs are unique in this situation. And so it's not approaching problems in the same way as we have in the past, but it's really understanding the needs and then customizing solutions to help people to be able to make it through this time.
So how do you stay encouraged in the midst of all these challenges people are facing?
You know, when I look at the challenges that people are facing, it is hard sometimes to stay encouraged. You know, with so many things changing. But one of the things that I do is that I take the time to remember the meaningful work and the impact that it's making. You know, as a young professional, I remember sitting in an office and sitting across from a family, and they were trying to navigate their financial situation, and you could tell that there was a lot of stress that was going on. And off to the corner, they had two young kids that were playing. And it hit me. It made me realize that if I could make a difference for the people that are sitting across from me, that would make a difference in the lives of their kids. And it's where I started to see that I could make this generational impact that could really help people over generations. You know, one of my hopes is that, you know, there's people that I'll never get a chance to meet that benefit from the fact that I took the time to help them. And that's really our philosophy across Greater Nevada, that we take that time, we engage with people, we help them. And when you do those things and you remember the purpose behind why you do what you do, it just energizes you. It gets you excited. Even in those times when it feels like it's low and, you know, it feels like some of the challenges are insurmountable or that they're coming so fast, to remind yourself of the meaningful work that you're doing will help reinvigorate you to continue to do that and to make that impact across our community.
So companies are going through tremendous change also. So in the midst of all this change, what's your advice? How do companies honor their purpose?
You know, one of the things that I love about businesses and I love about companies is that they were all founded with an idea. And when you talk with business owners and you talk with leaders and you ask them about their company, they tell you, you know, with a big smile on their face, you know, why they do what they do, how they started the company. You know, I used to work here and then I decided I was going to go out on my own, or I saw an opportunity to make a difference. And I love seeing that excitement in their eyes. And so one thing that I think that businesses can do is that first, to remind themselves why they first went into it. You know, what originally got us so passionate about what we were doing. The next thing is to take a look at today. Where are we today? You know, oftentimes when, you know, you're growing or, you know, challenges come up, you can move off of that original purpose, not intentionally, but just because you're responding to what's happening out there. So taking that time to reflect and to say, are we still on the path that we wanted to be on when we started? And then lastly, look forward. You know, who do we want to be? And while things have changed a little bit, you know, are we still going after the same target, or are we adjusting a little bit? When leaders can do that, what it helps them to do is it helps them to re-found themselves in their passion. It helps them to kind of reset where they are right now in the trajectory that they're on, and it gets them back on track to doing that meaningful work that's ultimately going to make a difference and keeps that passion alive in them.
Danny DeLaRosa, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.